Hey, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're going to be taking a look at Bepro against USDT. Hopefully, I'm pronouncing that right. Bepro, Bepro. I haven't looked at this project previously. It was requested by a patron from my HaZeeq's Crypto Club Patreon. And yeah, if you want to become a part of this Patreon and this crypto club that we have going on, make sure to join in. Feel free to do so. It supports the channel, gives you a lot of great posts, early calls on great low cap cryptocurrencies, and some of them are doing very well at the minute. You can have personal technical analysis requests, video requests, just like Double A from the Patreon requested. So yeah, make sure to check this out. And without further ado, let's jump into the charts. I'm not a financial advisor by any means, so anything I say should not be taken as such. Now, jumping into the daily chart straight off the bat, you can see that we have an inverse head and shoulders playing out, which is always a bullish pattern, as you know. And we do have the neckline over here. And as you can see, we're approaching the neckline, getting squeezed up with the 20 EMA against the 786 on the Fibonacci retracement. And the Fibonacci is set, as always, from the swing high in August. Well, as always, I say, usually the peaks, the previous peaks are in May and April. Here it's in August. And we do have a swing low in September. So this gives us a target of 0.0345 cents, and this is sitting at the 1.618, and the 1.618 is usually our target after breaking the swing high over here. So you do have two levels of resistance before that, the 1.272 and the 1.414. You may get rejected from those, but mainly we're looking at the 1.618. And let's take a look at the percentage gains that would take us to get there. So 163% gains. So that's not a lot, considering the fact that everybody is expecting the crypto market to go absolutely parabolic coming closer to December. So I wouldn't count out the possibility of us getting to 0.051 and 0.069 cents. So what can eventually happen is if we start getting to the 1.618, you either see a rollover, right, with the market and you come back in at a support level. And after that, after we start getting above the 1.618, I would target the second fib level, right? I wouldn't target this one. You could potentially leave 15% of your portfolio and just let it ride out in case you do get to almost 7 cents here. But I wouldn't be necessarily counting on that. You should be smart with taking your profits because the market can really dump at any moment. So to the second fib level, that is 304%. And to the 2.272, that is 436%. So yeah, some altcoins are going to do a lot more than that. But, you have to be, I like to be conservative with my targets, right? So yeah, obviously the 1.618, your main target. I'm not saying you want to take profits. If you're looking to take profits and you're looking to be a bit safe, then the 1.618 isn't very nice profit taking level. So we're still a bit away from that. We do have a target from this inverse head and shoulders. Let's say we break out somewhere over here, and that target is basically sitting at the 1.618. So that just gives me more confluence to the fact that we're coming to this level. And what do we need to do in order to be in that target? We have to obviously break this high. We have to break this neckline, right? So after you break the neckline, you usually look for a back test of support, and you can even back test the swing high over here and not necessarily coming back down to the neckline, because as you can see, the neckline is horizontal and it's a bit below the swing high over here, but that doesn't mean that we can't have a wick over here. So what traders usually do is they wait for the breakout. They don't buy in here, right? Because you can fall, and just lose momentum here. What they do is they wait for a breakout and they buy in at the back test of support, right? Or even just a bit above the back test, right? So that's what traders do. The breakout traders anyway. So yeah, we're looking at the pretty nice impulsive wave over here. This inverse head and shoulders should send us to the 1.618. Like I said, Now let's jump into the daily RSI and see what's going on over here. We're going to jump into KuCoin in a bit to take a look at the oscillators and the 4-hourly chart as well. So you want to look for these trend breakers. So you can see that here we did have a horizontal, right? And you can see that we've been adhering to it ever since, what was that? August, right? And you can see that we've been bouncing off this resistance line. Actually, if I just, there we go. Well, it doesn't have to be perfect, obviously, but you get the idea. You're hitting your head on a resistance line. And when you see this break, this is your opportunity. This is where you understand, hey, we're flipping bullish. And here you can see we did have a bearish cross just over here, but we've been breaking the trend over here. So this RSI was your sort of looking glass, because the price action wasn't telling you really that you're turning, you're breaking a level of resistance, because you were losing support over here and you were falling below the 20 EMA, so you were looking quite bearish. But if you looked at the RSI, you would have seen that here you broke a major resistance level, and that means that you're going to start turning bullish. And lo and behold, just a couple of days later, you can see that you've turned flipped bullish. You had the bullish cross, and now you've appreciated from here. Let's see why. Sometimes the ruler doesn't pop up. It's annoying. So yeah, around about 145% since this break of resistance, right? This breakout. So you want to look for these breakouts, and you want to look for support levels. Obviously, I do see a nice support level over here. You can even extend that to there. So yeah, this is looking like a legitimate nice support level. So as you can see, we have 3 bounces off this area. And if I do extend it a bit, you can see that it was tested as resistance over here. So we had a bounce over here, and then we flipped bullish, broke it, back test of support, and we've been above it ever since. So you could look at this level as a nice level of support. Now you do have 2 more over here, but I wouldn't say that these are looking very good. These 2 lows, I mean, so I wouldn't implement that to the support levels. But if you see this support level being broken, then you can just start dollar cost averaging until you hit a support level. And obviously you can hit a support level at any point, right? So if you look at this part of the screen, so you have a support level over there, obviously. You have a support level over here, a support level over here, a support level over here. So you really don't know where you're going to bounce off, right? Because you do have all these swing lows on the RSI. You just have to expect, well, what you can do is obviously you can keep all these swing lows. Let's say you have all these swing lows up, right? And you expect to get a bounce from each one of them. You look at the RSI, and if you see it coming down to the first one, you buy in. You see it lose support, go to the second one, you buy in, and so on and so forth until you get that reversal. So you'll be in nice profits by the time you come back into the overbought over here on the RSI. And as we all know, when you get to the overbought, that is your kind of signal to sell. But you can stay in the overbought for multiple days, right? Even multiple weeks over here. So you have to really, obviously it's up to you when to take profits, but the RSI is a nice way to help you do so. Okay, now jumping into the daily chart on Bepro, this is KuCoin. I want to take a look at some oscillators. So you can see that we're having a trend reversal over here on the stochastic RSI, and we're flipping bullish. So you can see that move towards the upside, move towards the downside. Then we look like we're going to the upside. You have a trend reversal midway, right? And now you're having another trend reversal. So you see how it happens. You can have even another trend reversal over here and come back down. So the stochastic RSI is really good for spotting trend reversals. And here is your trend reversal. You're getting the bullish cross. You're flipping bullish on the stochastic RSI. Now that's good, but that's not good enough for you to decide on a possible entry point, right? So the RSI is sitting at 54 right now. So doing nice. What you want to be looking for is the MACD for confirmation. If you're looking for confirmation, keep in mind this is a lagging indicator. So if you get your confirmation, let's say you have a bullish cross over here, by the time you get the bullish cross, the price has already appreciated. So you're kind of late to the party, but it's a lot more safer, obviously. Now, if we jump into the price action on the daily chart, another pattern that we're seeing over here is an ascending triangle. We do have a target of the ascending triangle over here, and that would be 0.0239 cents. And you can see that we've hit this level of resistance and we're making higher highs constantly. That's your ascending triangle. Now, what we're doing actually over here is we're sort of hitting this support level of the light blue trend line. As you can see, we had a little fake out over here. We came back into the pattern. And as you can see, we've been holding this line ever since. So this is a multi-week support trend line, I'd say. But the main thing here is we don't want to lose this trend line, because if we do, we may have a bounce off the 20 EMA, and the 20 EMA is currently sitting at 0.0125 cents, something along those lines. What can also end up happening is we have a little fake out just like here. It seems like we're losing the pattern, but you come back into it and then you carry out that move towards the upside. Obviously, we can just break down, and I would target the 55 EMA on your chart, on the daily chart, and that goes for all the cryptos at the minute. The 55 EMA is your best friend. So yeah, you're looking at a nice appreciation. If you get in right now, the target would be 82% up there. But, you know, it seems like we're just bouncing off. We either bounce off or we lose this, right? Because if we lose it, 20 EMA is your best friend and you come back into the pattern. If we start losing the pattern completely, then we're looking a bit bearish. You're looking to retest the 55 EMA, and you're looking for a little move towards the downside, perhaps. So look for these swing lows to hold, right? And yeah, let's just do one more thing in case this is a move towards the downside, and in case we are breaking down. I'm going to throw down the fib to the downside, right? So this will give us targets towards the downside. So what you can see is you do have the 0.382 over here, right? There you go. That's sitting at 0.0119 cents. So that would be a nice entry point. This can potentially hold support. Below that, you do have the 55 EMA and the 0.5. And the 0.5 sitting at 0.0108. That's another support level. And obviously, the golden ratio over here, the most important Fibonacci level, is sitting at 0.009 cents. So that would be a nice entry point in case we do have a Bitcoin correction, a market correction, a shakeout of the week, of the paper hands. And this is where you potentially can see the project come back down. Would be a perfect entry point. You know, not saying we're going to get there, but just making you aware of the fact that there is a possibility we do that. From where we are right now, that would be a 26% correction. And to be honest with you, a 25, 26, 30% correction for altcoins right now wouldn't be the worst thing ever, which means nice entry points for all of us. And, you know, the weak hands are going to get shaken out. So yeah, that's just what I think, guys. Not going to jump into the 4-hourly chart because the video is too long already. I do apologize, but those are your support levels. You have your targets above you. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching. Make sure to check out the Discord server. A lot of great TAs going on in there. Make sure to check out the Telegram chat and check me out on Patreon and Twitter as well. I'm going to catch you in the next one. Goodbye and good night.